Hey folks, welcome back to the channel, and Gunsmith Part 7 is what we're going to do here. The build to show you how to get this thing built, not just cheap, but pretty much free, or where you even make money on it if you do it exactly how I say. And don't worry if this build doesn't work for you, I have a second one in here that's from scratch that is also pretty cheap, so you can, if you don't have any of these fancy parts or anything, you can go from scratch and still get this done without spending a fortune. So let's not waste any more time and get right into the video. Okay, so here's Gunsmith Part 7 from Mechanic. He wants a fully packed M4. Needs a silencer, 60 round extended mag, ergo over 47, recoil total under 300, and no more than 3.8 kilograms with a sighting range of 800. All of these are important. All of these dictate a lot of the parts you're going to end up buying. All right, so the very first thing we're going to start off with, don't mind this one, we'll talk about that one in a sec, is your reward from Punisher Part 4. You're given this M41A, which is the SOP mod. There's another version of it, but it comes from Proper. When you do Punisher Part 4, you complete that, you get this Colt M4A1 here. And that's important because the found and raid parts allows you to sell some of this stuff, but it gives you the base for everything else you need for this build. The only other part that is going to hang you up is going to be the 60 round mag. Now I'm going with a Stanag mag here. It is one of the easiest ones to find and get in raid, though you can use the other one. But we're going to talk about this one specifically in this build. It does unlock this barter, so I'm going to do this barter real quick if I can get my circuit boards bought so I can actually do this build for you. We'll do this barter, we get our 60 rounder, because that's the main piece that you can't just buy, is the 60 rounder, and this is key. Now, if you're looking for these, you can get them all over the place. Obviously, find them in a raid. You can get them off of raiders, rogues, some of the scav bosses that have M4s, like Gluhar or his guards anyways, they'll have these M4 mags. It's usually one of the best places to get them. That or kill a player who's running them and just use theirs. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump into the build here. Let me get the preset screen opened up, and we'll go to our Gunsmith Part 4 Punisher task. Now, this is going to be all the parts you need to buy. It's going to be very short and simple, as you'll see here in a second. All you need to buy is 5 parts. You need the carrying handle, the Gen 2 flip-up front sight, a vertical foregrip, the Troy M7A1 PW stock, and the Kiba Arm Short Prism 2.5 scope. That's right, 32K, assuming we'll refresh it here. We're 32,000 rubles, buys you all the parts you need to do this build. We'll buy it, and we will assemble it and put it on there, and then I'm going to show you the really neat trick here with this build. This part right here alone, the Spectre, you're going to be able to sell for 87K. The rubber pad, another 40 to 50K, maybe even more. And then you can get into some of these other parts if you want, you know, down to the ammo. The 855 alone is going to be worth like 30K, give or take 25, 30K. So you got a bunch of money there and stuff you can sell on the flea market. I won't get into too much detail there. If you do not have Punisher Part 4 complete, it is not the end of the world. It is just about 120 to 160,000 rubles. That's all you need. And that is because on Mechanic, loyalty level 2, you have this SOP mod barter, which is actually a great barter for an M4 to use, period. You know, this gives you a great gun with an optic for 120K. This is a no-brainer for people that aren't building out major guns or just want to get into the action quickly. You can do this barter here, and it is essentially the same weapon. Now I'm going to put this on over here so it doesn't reuse the parts, and I'll show you that it basically uses the same parts. We go in, we open, go to the Punisher, hit yes, and assemble, buy parts, and there you go. The biggest one here is the only difference is you're going to need to buy the Badger Ordnance Tactical Charging Handle. And you don't even have to do this one. You just need one that does +1 or +2 or +3. Any charging handle will work. But it will build the same system with the same amount of parts, and you end up in the same place. Now, what we're going to do from here is we're going to show you how to build this one right here with nothing more than a stock M4. Let me get this out of the way. I think I actually have to do this. We'll put that there. Let me go and buy an M4 real quick and show you guys. We'll just buy this one right here off this guy. And this is going to be our build off the stock M4. So go into presets. Let me open up the base model one that I did from scratch, and we will buy the parts that we need. So from here, kind of some of the similar stuff. You need the Hogue Over Mold rubber grip, the KC vertical grip, the Magpul M-Lock, as well as the AR-15 Daniel Defense MK12 lower profile gas block. Those are going to be some of your bigger ones. The rest of these you can get on the flea, even if you don't have them from traders, for pretty cheap. So we're talking the AR-15 Magpul M-Lock handguard, the AR-15 Strike Industries Viper PDW. This can be expensive if you don't have it unlocked. It can push 30, 40K, but it is the fastest and simplest way to get to the ergo and recoil numbers you need. Backed out of that screen, hang on. And then again, the Kiba Arm Short Prism 2x5 scope. I love this thing. It works on a lot of these Gunsmith builds, and it's super cheap. And then lastly, the Surefire SOCOM RC2 sound suppressor. So all in, you know, you're talking about 100K on top of the rifle. So 170, 180, depending on if you have what you have for traders. But this is off of the base build. Once completed, here is your screen. In fact, I'll pull both of these up for both of the screens so that you guys can see these. These are your screens for both of those builds if you want this instead of the part list. But that's it for Gunsmith Part 7. Again, I hope this is helpful. I hope it got you built it cheap and you can get through this easy. We'll keep grinding through these and get you guys all the way through the Gunsmith tasks as you get leveled up and you get stuff available. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.